Have you ever woken up in the morning and wondered, why do I feel a bit sluggish today? It's like my strength just isn't what it used to be. Or maybe you've started noticing that simple things like lifting a grocery bag or getting up from the couch suddenly seem to take more effort than before. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is a shared concern for so many of us as we enter our golden years. But here's something crucial I want you to know right now. Losing your precious muscle mass isn't some unavoidable fate of aging. And what's even more surprising, your evening habits. The things you do after sunset could be quietly stealing that strength away bit by bit. Today, we're diving into a rarely discussed but vitally important topic: the 5 worst evening habits that can cause muscle loss. And even more importantly, 3 simple yet powerful habits you can start tonight. Not just to hold on to your strength, but to actually rebuild it so you can live healthier and more vibrantly every single day. Welcome to our channel, where we're committed to bringing you practical, science-backed health insights you can actually use. Our mission? To give you the knowledge and tools to live life fully and fiercely, no matter your age. You see, as we grow older, our bodies naturally go through a process called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. Sounds intimidating, doesn't it? But picture this. Your muscles aren't just for lifting things or moving around. They're your body's power plants, keeping your metabolism strong, protecting your bones and joints, and most importantly, giving you the balance, agility, and independence you cherish in daily life. Losing muscle doesn't just make you weaker. It increases your risk of falls and chips away at your quality of life. And why are evenings so crucial? Because this is when your body shifts into recovery mode, repairing and rebuilding. While you sleep, your body gets to work regenerating cells, including muscle tissue. If your evening habits don't support this process, or worse, sabotage it, you're missing a golden opportunity to preserve your strength. Together, we'll uncover these hidden thieves and turn them into powerful allies for your health. All right, my dear friends, let's dive right into the heart of the matter. We're going to look straight at the things we sometimes inadvertently do every single evening. Habits that, if we're not careful, can be silently eroding your strength, your vitality, and that precious muscle mass you've worked so hard to build and maintain. It's not about blame. It's about awareness and empowerment. The first worst evening habit: late-night sugar and refined carb overload. Now picture this. It's late evening, dinner was hours ago, and suddenly that craving hits. Maybe it's for a bowl of ice cream, a handful of cookies, a slice of white bread with jam, or even a fizzy soda. It feels comforting, doesn't it? A little treat to wind down the day. But here's the quiet danger lurking in that sweet indulgence. When you consume a lot of sugar and refined carbohydrates late at night, especially close to bedtime, you're sending your blood sugar levels soaring. What happens next? Your body, in an effort to bring those levels back down, floods your system with insulin. Now, insulin is a vital hormone, but consistently high insulin levels, especially at night, can be a real roadblock to muscle health. Why? Because high insulin can actually suppress the production of a crucial hormone called growth hormone or growth hormone. Think of growth hormone as your body's overnight repair crew, working diligently while you sleep to repair and rebuild muscle tissue. If growth hormone is suppressed, that repair crew isn't getting its full shift in, and your muscles aren't getting the tender, loving care they need. Not only that, but when your body is overloaded with glucose from all that sugar and refined carbs, it's not going to prioritize sending that energy to your muscles for repair. Instead, that excess glucose is often converted into fat, particularly around your belly. So, you're not just hindering muscle repair, you're actively contributing to fat storage, which can further impact your metabolic health and, yes, even muscle function in the long run. Imagine your muscles like hungry little workers, waiting for building blocks to mend themselves after a day's work. If you're giving them a sugary, quickly burned fuel source right before bed, it's like giving them candy instead of sturdy bricks. They might get a temporary buzz, but they won't have what they truly need for lasting repair and growth. This leads to reduced overnight muscle protein synthesis, fancy words for saying your body isn't building new muscle tissue as effectively while you sleep. Do you ever find yourself reaching for these kinds of comfort foods when the evening winds down? A little introspection here can be really helpful. Knowing why you reach for them is the first step toward finding a healthier alternative. This isn't about deprivation, it's about smarter choices for a stronger you. The second worst evening habit: complete evening inactivity, or what I like to call the couch potato syndrome. You know the feeling, don't you? After a long day, you finally settle down. Maybe you put on your favorite show, pick up a book, or just simply relax. And before you know it, you've been on the couch for hours, barely moving until it's time to shuffle off to bed. This complete inactivity, especially after dinner and throughout the evening, can be a silent saboteur of your muscle mass. Here's why it's so detrimental. Your muscles are incredible adaptive structures. They thrive on signals, on being used, even just a little bit. When you spend hours completely inactive, your muscles aren't receiving those vital signals to stay strong and engaged. It's like telling them, hey, we don't really need you right now. And guess what? Over time, they start to believe it and begin to waste away. Think about it. Even gentle movement, like taking a short walk after dinner, sends blood flowing through your body, nourishing your muscles with oxygen and nutrients. It stimulates them just enough to remind them they're still needed. But when you become entirely sedentary for hours on end, that crucial circulation slows down, and your muscles are essentially in a state of disuse. This lack of stimulation accelerates the natural process of muscle atrophy, making them weaker and less dense more quickly than they should. It's not just about losing strength for lifting things. It's about losing the foundational support for your balance, your posture, and your overall stability. When your muscles aren't regularly challenged, even minimally, they lose their ability to respond quickly, increasing your risk of falls and making everyday movements feel more cumbersome. Do you often find yourself stuck to the sofa every evening, only getting up when it's absolutely necessary? There's nothing wrong with relaxing, of course, but we need to distinguish between true relaxation and prolonged inactivity that could be unknowingly chipping away at your strength. A little movement can go a long way in telling your muscles, "You're important. Keep working." The third worst evening habit: excessive alcohol before bed. Now, this is a tricky one because for many, a glass of wine or a beer in the evening feels like a perfect way to unwind, a ritual to signal the end of a long day. And while a very moderate amount might not be catastrophic, excessive alcohol consumption, particularly close to bedtime, can be surprisingly detrimental to your muscles. Here's the mechanism. Alcohol, first and foremost, is a notorious disruptor of your sleep cycle. While it might initially make you feel drowsy and fall asleep faster, it significantly interferes with your REM sleep, that deep, restorative phase where your body truly repairs and rejuvenates itself. When you're not getting quality, uninterrupted deep sleep, your body's ability to recover from the day's activities, including repairing muscle tissue, is severely compromised. Beyond sleep, alcohol also directly impacts hormone production, specifically two crucial hormones for muscle health: testosterone and growth hormone. Both of these are essential for the synthesis of new muscle proteins and the overall repair and maintenance of existing muscle. Studies have shown that even moderate alcohol intake can suppress levels of these vital hormones, especially when consumed before bed. So instead of being in an anabolic building state during your sleep, your body might lean more towards a catabolic, breaking down state. Furthermore, alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it makes you lose fluids. Dehydration, even mild dehydration, can negatively impact muscle function, recovery, and overall performance. Your muscles need to be well hydrated to operate efficiently, and if you're waking up in a state of dehydration due to evening alcohol, you're already starting the day at a disadvantage. Think about it. Your muscles are like a construction crew. Sleep is their quiet time to build and repair, and hormones like testosterone and growth hormone are their blueprints and tools. Alcohol is like throwing a wrench into the works, messing up the blueprints and taking away the tools, leaving the crew unable to do their best work. This results in reduced muscle protein synthesis and diminished muscle recovery. Is alcohol often your friend when it comes to relaxing in the evening? It might be time to gently reassess that relationship. Understanding how it impacts your body at a fundamental level can empower you to make choices that truly support your long-term strength and well-being. The fourth worst evening habit: chronic poor sleep quality. We've touched on how alcohol impacts sleep, but poor sleep quality on its own, regardless of alcohol, is a major culprit in muscle loss for seniors. Think about it. Sleep isn't just about resting your mind. It's when your body works its hardest to repair, rebuild, and rejuvenate. If you're consistently getting too little sleep, or if the sleep you do get isn't deep and restorative, your muscles are missing out on their most crucial recovery time. Here's why it's so damaging. During deep sleep, your body releases a significant amount of growth hormone. Remember, we talked about growth hormone being your body's overnight repair crew. Well, if you're not getting enough deep, quality sleep, that crew isn't clocking in for their full shift, or worse, they're barely showing up. This directly impacts your body's ability to repair micro tears in your muscles from daily activities and to synthesize new muscle proteins. But it's not just about missing out on growth hormone. Poor sleep also dramatically increases the levels of cortisol in your body. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone, and while it's essential in short bursts, chronically high levels of cortisol are catabolic, meaning they actively break down muscle tissue. So, while you're trying to build and maintain muscle, poor sleep is essentially putting your body in a state where it's more likely to break it down. It's a double whammy: less building and more breaking down. Think about common scenarios. Perhaps you're glued to the TV or your tablet until late. The blue light interfering with your body's natural melatonin production. Maybe you're troubled by worries, or your sleep environment isn't ideal. Too noisy, too bright, too warm. All of these factors contribute to fragmented, non-restorative sleep. Your body's natural circadian rhythm, its internal clock, gets thrown off, affecting everything from your energy levels to your metabolism and, yes, your muscle repair processes. Do you often find yourself tossing and turning at night, or waking up feeling less than refreshed? Sleep might seem like such a passive activity, but it's incredibly powerful for your physical and mental well-being, especially when it comes to keeping your muscles strong and resilient. It's truly the time your body gets to work for you. The fifth worst evening habit: insufficient evening protein intake or skipping dinner entirely. This might sound counterintuitive to some, especially if you're trying to eat lighter in the evenings. But here's the thing about your muscles: they are constantly repairing, rebuilding, and growing, especially overnight. And what do they need as their primary building blocks? Protein. Think of protein as the bricks your muscle construction crew needs. If your dinner is too light on protein, maybe it's just a bowl of soup, a large salad with very little lean meat or beans. Or perhaps you just skip dinner altogether because you're not feeling hungry. Then your body simply won't have enough bricks available to do its essential repair work throughout the night. When you don't provide adequate protein at your last meal of the day, your body goes into a prolonged state without the necessary amino acids. These amino acids are the individual components of protein, and they are critical for muscle protein synthesis, which is the process of creating new muscle proteins. If your body doesn't have these vital building blocks readily available, it might actually start to break down your existing muscle tissue to get the amino acids it needs for other critical bodily functions. It's like your body is forced to demolish part of its own structure just to keep the lights on. Skipping dinner is particularly detrimental because it creates a very long fasting window, sometimes 12, 14 hours or more from your lunch until breakfast the next day, with no protein intake. This extended period without nutrient supply means your muscles are going without the very fuel they need for repair and maintenance for a significant portion of your day. This isn't just about feeling hungry. It's about denying your muscles the continuous supply of nutrients they need to stay strong and resilient. So consider this. What does your typical dinner look like? Is it providing enough of that essential fuel for your muscles? Are you giving your body the raw materials it needs to repair and maintain itself while you sleep? It's a simple adjustment, but a truly powerful one. Phew! We've made it through the 5 worst evening habits. It's a lot to take in, but remember, knowing is the first step towards changing. Now, I know going through those 5 evening habits might have felt a bit overwhelming, or perhaps you recognized a few of them in your own routine, but please don't feel discouraged. The wonderful thing about habits is that they can be changed, and often small, consistent adjustments can lead to truly remarkable improvements in your health and strength. We're not here to dwell on the negatives, but to empower you with positive, actionable steps. So, let's talk about the good news. Below are 3 simple yet incredibly effective habits that you can start adopting right from tonight to protect, maintain, and even build that precious muscle mass. These aren't complicated. They're practical, easy to integrate, and they will make a noticeable difference in how you feel and how strong you are. The first habit to stay strong: strategic evening protein intake. Remember how we talked about insufficient protein being a problem? Well, here's the powerful solution. Instead of skipping dinner or having a protein-deficient meal, consider incorporating a strategic, high-quality protein source into your evening routine, especially if your dinner was light or if you have a long gap between dinner and breakfast. The goal here is to provide your muscles with a steady supply of amino acids throughout the night, precisely when your body is hard at work repairing and rebuilding. Think of it like giving your muscle construction crew the building materials they need before they start their night shift. What kind of protein are we talking about? We're looking for what's often called slow-digesting protein. One of the best options is casein, which is found abundantly in dairy products. Casein digests slowly, releasing amino acids gradually over several hours. This makes it perfect for sustained muscle protein synthesis while you sleep. Great sources include Greek yogurt. A small bowl, perhaps 1, 2 to 3, 4 cup, can provide around 15-20 grams of protein. You can even add a few berries for flavor. Cottage cheese. Similar to Greek yogurt, a serving offers a good amount of casein protein. A warm glass of milk can be incredibly soothing and provides both casein and whey protein. For those who prefer plant-based options, a small serving of soy milk, a handful of almonds, or a few tablespoons of a plant-based protein powder mixed with water can also be beneficial, ensuring you get those essential amino acids. Aim for roughly 20-30 grams of protein if you're making this a dedicated pre-bed snack. It doesn't have to be a huge meal, just enough to give your muscles what they need to work overnight. This isn't about eating until you're stuffed. It's about giving your body the right nutrients at the right time. Have you ever considered feeding your muscles right before you go to sleep? It's a simple concept, but the impact on your overnight recovery and muscle maintenance can be profound. This small change can literally help reverse the tide of muscle loss. The second habit to stay strong: gentle evening movement and relaxation. Remember how we talked about the couch potato syndrome and how prolonged inactivity can silently erode your muscle mass? Well, the antidote isn't to suddenly start lifting weights right before bed. Instead, it's about incorporating gentle movement and purposeful relaxation into your evening routine. Here's why this habit is so effective. Even light physical activity can significantly improve blood circulation throughout your body, including to your muscles. This enhanced circulation ensures that oxygen and vital nutrients, including those amino acids from your strategic evening protein intake, are delivered efficiently to your muscle cells. It's like gently waking up those muscle fibers and reminding them they're alive and well, encouraging them to stay active and responsive. Beyond physical benefits, gentle movement also plays a crucial role in preparing your body for a truly restorative night's sleep. Activities like a leisurely 15 or 20-minute walk after dinner, or a few minutes of gentle stretching or easy yoga poses can help reduce stress and tensions that often accumulate throughout the day. When your body is relaxed, your mind is calmer, which directly translates into better sleep quality. And as we discussed, quality sleep is paramount for muscle recovery and growth hormone release. The key here is gentle. We're not talking about intense workouts that get your heart pounding and your adrenaline pumping. That kind of activity too close to bedtime can actually be counterproductive, making it harder to fall asleep. Instead, think about movements that soothe, stretch, and unwind your body. Some wonderful ideas to try. A short, slow walk. Step outside, enjoy the evening air, and just stroll for 15 to 20 minutes. It's a fantastic way to digest your dinner and move your limbs. Gentle stretching or restorative yoga. Look up some simple stretches online for seniors, focusing on large muscle groups. Hold each stretch for 20-30 seconds, breathing deeply. This can alleviate stiffness and improve flexibility. Mindful movement, like Tai Chi or Qigong. Even a few minutes of these slow, flowing movements can improve balance and body awareness while calming your mind. You could even replace your screen time with something more conducive to relaxation, like listening to calming music, an audiobook, or engaging in a peaceful hobby. This shifts your focus from stimulating activities to those that prepare your body and mind for rest and recovery. Instead of feeling stuck to a screen, how about trying a more fluid and gentle evening for your body? You might be surprised at how much better you feel, not just physically, but mentally too. The third habit to stay strong: prioritize quality and consistent sleep. We touched upon chronic poor sleep being a major culprit in muscle loss, and it's so critical that it deserves its own place as a foundational habit for staying strong. Why? Because truly restorative sleep isn't just about feeling refreshed. It's the period when your body performs its most vital repair and rebuilding work, especially for your muscles. Think of your body's recovery process like charging a battery. When you get deep, uninterrupted sleep, you're not just topping up your energy, you're allowing your internal systems to fully recharge. This is when your body releases the most growth hormone, that crucial repair crew we've been talking about. Growth hormone is essential for repairing muscle tissue damage during the day, synthesizing new proteins, and essentially keeping your muscles in tip-top shape. Without enough quality sleep, your body simply doesn't get the opportunity to release adequate amounts of this vital hormone, leaving your muscles more vulnerable to breakdown. Beyond growth hormone, Good sleep also helps regulate cortisol, the stress hormone. High cortisol levels, often a result of chronic stress or lack of sleep, can put your body in a catabolic state, meaning it starts to break down muscle tissue for energy. By prioritizing quality sleep, you keep cortisol levels in check, allowing your body to stay in an anabolic building state, fostering muscle growth and preservation. So, how do we prioritize this precious sleep? Establish a consistent sleep schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's natural circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. Create an optimal sleep environment. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for sleep. Keep it dark. Use blackout curtains if needed. Quiet. Earplugs or white noise machine can help. And cool. The ideal temperature is usually between 60 degrees or 19. Wind down effectively. Avoid stimulating activities like watching exciting TV shows, checking emails, or scrolling on your phone at least an hour or two before bed. The blue light emitted from screens can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that signals your body it's time to sleep. Instead, try reading a physical book, listening to calming music, or doing some gentle breathing exercises. Limit caffeine and heavy meals late in the day. Be mindful of when you consume caffeine. For many, cutting off caffeine intake by early afternoon is helpful. And as we discussed, huge heavy meals or sugary snacks close to bedtime can disrupt sleep. Could there be one small way you could improve your sleep sanctuary tonight? Maybe turning off the TV a bit earlier or making your room a little darker? Every little step towards better sleep is a giant leap for your muscle health and overall well-being. Remember, sleep isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for a strong, healthy body. All right, my dear friends, we've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? We've explored some of those sneaky evening habits that might be silently chipping away at your precious muscle mass. Things like that late-night sugar rush, getting stuck on the couch, indulging in too much evening alcohol, neglecting quality sleep, and not giving your muscles enough protein at dinner. But more importantly, we've also armed ourselves with powerful knowledge. We've identified 3 incredibly effective habits that you can start putting into practice right away to not only prevent muscle loss but actively build and maintain your strength. Strategically consuming protein in the evening, incorporating gentle movement and relaxation before bed, and most vitally, prioritizing truly quality and consistent sleep. I want to emphasize this deeply. Muscle loss is not an inevitable part of aging that you simply have to accept. With conscious, informed choices, particularly those made in the evening hours, you have incredible power to control your strength, your vitality, and your overall quality of life. Remember, every small step you take today is a massive investment in your future health and your freedom to enjoy life on your own terms. Your health is a journey, not a destination, and you are absolutely not alone on this path. If this video has resonated with you, if it sparked an idea or given you a new perspective, please give us a thumbs up. It truly helps our channel reach more people who need this information. And don't keep this valuable knowledge to yourself. Share it with friends, family, or anyone you know who might benefit from it. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments below. Which evening habit are you most motivated to change first? Or perhaps you already have a good evening habit that's working wonders for you. Share your thoughts and experiences. Your insights can inspire someone else in our wonderful community. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our future videos, all designed to help you live a stronger, healthier, and more vibrant life. Speaking of future videos, next time we're going to dive even deeper into practical ways to boost your energy throughout the day, exploring how to build a perfect muscle-supporting breakfast to kickstart your mornings. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. I truly hope you feel empowered and inspired. Here's to strong muscles, better sleep, and a healthier you, starting tonight.